We mentioned Mahomes' contract. That kind of changed the quarterback market. The Devontae Adams changed the receiver market, which made us trade Tyreek Hill. So a lot of things happened that way. So this week, Aaron Donald, who there was a little thing floating around during the Super Bowl that he may retire. It might be his last season. Not the case at all. Donald's set to make around $100 million over the next 3 years, being the highest paid non-NFL quarterback in NFL history at 31 years old. It's pretty impressive, non-quarterback to get the money that he's going to get. So obviously, naturally, a lot of people start talking about what does this mean for Chris Jones? What's going to happen? Is he going to renegotiate his contract to get money up there with Aaron Donald? Because, you know, he is top 3 defensive tackle in the league. I mean, I think there's a little bit of a gap between Donald and Jones, but he's up there. So now with this whole thing happening, and we also talked about this, he wanted to play DN because he wanted to get DN money. Now that we're seeing a D tackle getting this kind of money, it's like, okay, let's pay up here. So and the thing is, but before Donald got the raise, when Jones signed his new deal 2 years ago, he was only within $2 million of Aaron Donald. Now there's a big gap between him and Aaron Donald. So my question is, do you think that Chris Jones in a year or two will be asking to renegotiate his contract? And a lot of Chief fans think that if this does happen, we may ship Chris Jones out, like kind of what we did with Tyreek, just being kind of too much money for our taste. But then again, we're losing another guy on defense that we're already kind of, you know, tipping the scales from offense to defense on this. And if you get rid of Chris Jones, that's a big deal to get rid of a guy like that. So what do you think this means for the defensive tackle market and Chris Jones?
I mean, he, without a doubt, is going to renegotiate, you know, a couple of years. I mean, that would be the smart thing. I wouldn't be mad at that because he's supposed to. And if you're playing at a high level and you're producing, then you should be paid. You should be paid accordingly to what you produce off of. And so if he continues to, you know, still play stellar and just be right there at the level of talent that he is and skill set, hey man, that's part of the deal. The question is, like everything else, are the Chiefs willing to pay him? We don't know, right? I mean, like I said, this is part of the deal. I think Aaron Donald's deal, here's the thing. Aaron Donald, because of the significance he was able to do what he gives, is a little bit of an anomaly, okay, to me. Because now he was making more money than who's that? TJ Watt, who else played? I think Bosa signed these big deals, and so he demanded that money. And so I think the greatest thing he possibly could have did was tell everybody, "I'm ready to retire. I'm going to retire." Right? And I was like, "No, I'm gone. I'm gone. I appreciate it. I'm out of here." Sean McVay was sitting there saying, "Look, we done had a taste of a Super Bowl. We are not getting to the Super Bowl and winning the Super Bowl without Aaron Donald.
No.
We're just not doing it, okay? Let's just be honest here." And so if we're that close and we're that team to beat in the NFC, we have to make sure this guy is here with us. And so let's talk him out of retirement, whatever it may be. I don't care what it is. Hey, matter of fact, I'm going to turn my back. Y'all sign whatever y'all want to sign him for. I ain't going to look. You know, he's like this. I ain't going to look. Y'all just, hey, draw the bank truck up to his house and let him get a couple bags up out of there. I don't care how much it is. And we'll deal with it. But Aaron Donald is an absolute animal. He's stud, you know, one of the best in the business. Probably one of the best when it's all said and done. No doubt about it. He's warranted getting paid that type of money. Yeah. And so, yeah, why not? If you have a chance to negotiate a contract like this and take advantage of it because it's an opportune time, do it.
Right.
Do it. And so I ain't got no problem with Aaron Donald signing that deal. He's worth every penny. No doubt about it. I really do. He's a young guy. He keeps his body in great shape. So you're not looking for him to slow down anytime soon. Yeah. And so I know he was sitting there saying, like, look, I get these guys out here getting the money and stuff like that. But look, you see what I've been able to do year after year after year after year after year. I've been dominant. I've been the most dominant defensive tackle since I've been in the league. Yeah. I mean, he has. I don't know anybody else that's been able to achieve what he's been able to achieve? I mean, can you name one? I mean, and look, Chris has been doing a tremendous job. He's doing a great job.
Yeah.
Now,
big margin.
Yeah. And so what I know you were saying, he's a couple of million from him, last year, but it's a new year now, right? It's new. Just won the Super Bowl and hey, contract's up. Give him the money. Rams had no problem paying that money. Now the Chiefs might have a problem paying that type of paycheck, right? And that's wait to be seen.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm just saying, if Chris continues to perform, he's performing at a high level like Aaron Donald is making the sacks and all of this, because he said he wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year. Well, I tell you what, Chris, you become Defensive Player of the Year, you can ask for that.
Yeah.
You can ask for it. And it's business. And if the chief says, like, look, you just, hey, too rich for our blood, we can't sign you. Somebody's going to pay you.
Yeah.
You do it, somebody's going to pay you, man. And look, I'm all for NFL players getting paid. Period. I don't care if they're here, they go somewhere else. It's the nature of the beast, man. It's the nature of the beast. So I don't know. I just know where, kind of in that time, there's going to be some contracts coming up and different guys and whatnot. So it's all, like I said, it's all about production. It's all about what you do on the field. So
you bring up a good point when you say that, like, when Donald's kind of an anomaly for his position, right? Because we talked about, Jones wanting to play more DN because he wanted to get paid like an edge rusher, but now a guy in his own position is getting paid getting paid big money. So now that takes care of that position, that stance. So now, he can stay in his defensive tackle, not worry about DN anymore for multiple reasons, because he didn't really work out in the end. But him being an anomaly, Mahomes is an anomaly into the quarterback position. His contract is his contract, and no one's really as far as that $500 million and then a 10-year deal that he got. No one's ever going to get that. And quite frankly, I think Mahomes kind of gave us a deal by doing that. But $500 million's a big number, right? So no quarterbacks have asked for that, but it's also changed the market where a lot of quarterbacks are asking for a lot more than what they did before. So, I guess, is there a happy medium where Chris Jones won't ask to be within $2 million of Aaron Donald, because that contract is such an anomaly for the position, but he'll ask for more money than obviously more money because everything's going to go up, but he'll ask for more money, being like the Derek Carr territory. Derek Carr's getting paid good money for what he's produced, and he can thank guys like Mahomes for that kind of contract. So you see that kind of happening with all the different positions, where guys, there's going to be that one guy who's kind of you can't really compare him, but he's gonna raise the bar for everybody else, or everyone can kind of move.
Yeah. Look, what Aaron Donald was able to do for everybody else to play defensive tackle was phenomenal. Everybody should call him man, thank you, because you just raised the market. You have. So as agents and negotiators, now this is what has been set. And even if you're paying getting franchise tag, you're still gonna be making a whole lot of money from what he's been able to do. So, the defensive tackles, should be thankful for Aaron Donald, him making that contract, because everybody else's money is going up. And like I said, it's all based off the team. Teams like that got it. Rams, man, why you sign that deal? You know what I mean? Because it's sad. Teams are asking that. It's man, he's worth it. If we can have this guy here, we want to hear, we don't mind paying him that type of money. Now, you on your own, okay? Trying to pay defensive tackles and stuff, you on your own trying to deal with that. We know we got an Aaron Donald here, and he's worth every penny that we're paying him. So it's in your court how you want to do everybody else. But I just, man. I think when you do that, you get the average and all those different things, man, it just helped out the market for defensive tackles. But they can't say, well, he's an anomaly. No, this is the market. This is where we are. So, okay.
Yeah, but you do see. Quarterbacks aren't asking for what Mahomes got, though, because they know there's a difference between me, Derek Carr. I know I'm not Patrick Mahomes, but I want money. I want to be up in that kind of that. I want to be trending towards that area.
Right. So even if you're $5 million off, right, whatever, right? I think Aaron Donald's making 33 a year. Is that somewhere like that? And then where he's making?
Yeah, it's roughly about $100 million over the next 3 years. So yeah, about 33 something a year.
That is insane. It's insane. Yeah, the guys have been trying to negotiate. Like, look, I might not get Aaron Donald money, but I got to be somewhere, in the neighborhood, maybe 5 or so with this, right? I have to be.
Yeah.
Start negotiation, man. Like I said, and it's all about teams signing that deal, signing those guys. And if not, guys will hold out.
Yeah.
Guys, look, man, he got paid that type of money. Look, we're not asking for the $33 million. We're not Aaron Donald. I could say, okay, we're not, but I need to see, I don't know, 28.
Yeah.
Whatever. So.
And that's what George Kittle is trying to get Kelce to do to make that tight end mark.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the whole point. Right. Look. And it's honorable. I understand Travis without a doubt, man. And I completely respect it 100%. 100%. The thing is, guys that come after him want to stand on his shoulders, right? Yeah. And Travis, look, he deserves that money too for what his production. Man, he deserves good money. He does. So George is like, look, pay the man, pay him. Come on, Travis, pay him.
It's tough for George Kittle to make the argument he needs to get paid more than Travis Kelce. It's like, well, look at your production and look at his production. I don't think so, buddy.
Yeah, but he's like, man, if I could just get the average up. Just get the average up. We're gonna be good,
Yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, if Chris Jones plays like DPOY as we talked about last year, I mean, he can't justifiably say, "Get me in that ballpark."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Conversation changes then. If he does that, conversation changes without a doubt. He can warrant that contract saying, look, see what he got? See what I did? Take note of it.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, interesting. And the salary cap's going to continue to rise too. So, I mean, these contracts will go up, but also salary cap's going to be going up too. So that's another thing that's got to be taken into account. I think everyone's gotten into the last 2 years of the whole COVID salary cap not really going up that much. Everyone's been kind of been very frugal about it. It's not going to be like that forever. It's going to continue to go up with more TV deals. The NFL's going to be getting. So, teams will have more money to play with.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And players are going to take advantage of that, which they rightfully should do. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, I mean, I hope Jones plays up to whatever he's going to ask for if he does want to renegotiate. But man, it's going to be interesting offseason next year if that does happen, because you might see another situation where we don't want to pay a certain thing. But it's like we talked about, you can't just go in and find another guy. You can't find another Chris Jones. You can't just go find another one like that. You just can't do that.
No, you can't. And I guess if you can't find another Chris Jones, then you want to get something for him, right? You right. Say like, look, then we'll have to do it a different way. Yeah,
we're going to want a lot of draft picks so we can go get our DTs and DNs and
right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting, but we got some time before that. We can enjoy Chris. Hopefully, have his DPOY season, and hopefully we can pay him and not have to worry about shipping guys out, especially on defense where we don't have a lot of talented guys. Not saying that the guys aren't talented, but all pro guys like Chris Jones. So, I mean, we have a lot of young, unproven guys, but aren't all pros yet.
No, yeah. A lot of, and the thing is, you hope a guy like that develops. That is a position in itself that you might take a chance. They're saying like, look, I'll go to the draft and see if we can find a guy. Really, I mean, seriously, those are just kind of like one of those, kind of positions. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it is different. Last week we talked about the tackle situation, like the offensive tackle, but yeah, I mean, I guess nowadays you're finding more of these like badass D tackles. You're finding them late rounds and stuff. You're not really finding like those, the Chris Jenkins or the Big John Henderson types in the early rounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of different too. The DT makeup's so different now than compared to what it was back then.
Absolutely, totally different. I mean, what Aaron Donald's like, 6'1", 285. So wrecking shop. So
man. Yeah, I mean, he is an anomaly. He deserves every cent, and it's not like you're ever going to be like, man, we wasted that contract. So no, You're getting every bit of that penny that you're spending, just kind of like how we paid Mahomes all that. You're getting what you pay for, really.
Absolutely. When that 100%.
And in sports, basketball, football, oftentimes you're not always doing that. You're paying out of necessity because we need it more so than you're paying for what you're getting in return. It oftentimes doesn't happen that way where you're getting for that kind of special talent.
Right. Yeah. Because there's only guys like that, the same thing. You could go into like the NBA. There's only certain guys that you're going to pay, right? That you just know. We'll pay this guy. He's worth every penny of it. We'll do that. And there's only a certain number of guys that deserve that. We'll see if Chris is going to be the one that gets into that conversation.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm forcing your hand. You got to pay me. And if you don't pay me, somebody else is going to pay me for that. So,
yeah. And Frank Clark's contract comes off the books next year. So we'll have money to play with too. So there's going to be a lot of stuff. So if that does happen, I think next year is the off season to do that, because we're not going to have, and I was looking at it the other day, we don't really have a lot of guys like outside the new guys we just got. A lot of these guys are gone off the books next year. We're going to have a lot of money to spend next off season. So it's going to be kind of fun to watch, but
I can sit there, guys like his doing obviously like,
yeah.
I'm getting ready. Hey, inside of me, I ain't going nowhere near the facility. I'm staying away until we start negotiating, doing some things, getting some things in order. Shoot. And the season's over. So.
Yeah, that'll be interesting and be a fun offseason to watch.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get podcasts.